Hello everyone, this is going to be a short video to show you how you can spin up a 2-node Kubernetes cluster and then install Kubernetes via Kubeadm. So let's get started. We'll go ahead and clone this repository. So git clone github.com/chadmcroll/ckA. And then we will change directory into ckA 0000/prerequisites. And in here is a number of files that will help us deploy our Civo instances and also deploy Kubernetes. So let's clear the screen. And first one we're going to run is Civo create nodes.sh. So this is going to just create 2 instances, medium size. So it's 2 CPU and 4 gigs of RAM. And then it's going to spit out a temporary password as well as the public IP address for us at the end of the script. One thing you'll need to do if you haven't already is to copy your API key, which can be found in Settings, Preferences, and then Security in your Civo dashboard. And then just create a API_key environment variable and have it equal that API key. And then once you've done that, you can do the command Civo API key add my_key, and then use that API_key environment variable. All right, now that our instances have been created, what I like to do is create an environment variable for my IP addresses so I don't have to remember them. So I'll do node 0 equals and then paste in that public IP. And then node 1 equals and then paste in the second IP to the second instance. And now I can just copy these passwords and keep them somewhere safe. And the user is Ubuntu, so I'll do SSH Ubuntu at and then $node 0. And I'll paste in that password that I got. And now that I'm logged into the first node, this is an optional step, but maybe I want to do passwd to reset my password. So I'll enter my current password and my new password. And I'll retype my new password. And there we go. Now I don't have to remember those temporary passwords. All right, so let's clear the screen and let's clone down that repository again. And we'll change directory into ckA 00 prerequisites. And now what we'll do is run a script in here called install K8s. So we'll just run it just like that. And this will install the prerequisites that we need for Ubuntu. It will add our packages, including the containerd package and the Kubernetes package to our local package repository. And then it'll go ahead and install containerd and then also install kubelet, Kubeadm, and kubectl at the version that we set to at the beginning, which is 1.22.2. And feel free to change that variable at the very top there, that kube_version environment variable, if you want to use a different version. And then what it'll do is it will download a few files here. So if I change directory into home, I'll notice I have an initialized cluster and weave.yaml. And weave.yaml is our CNI, or our container network interface. And the initialized cluster script is only going to be run on our control plane node, so this node. So we're not going to run it on the other one. But this will run the kubeadm init command, and we'll initialize our cluster as well as make our .kube directory and insert the kubeconfig in there for us. Then it will also apply our CNI. And then at the very end, we'll get our token that we can use to add our second node. Okay, so here's the kube ADM join command that I'm going to use on my other node. So let's go ahead and copy it and then keep that in a safe place. And I will exit this instance, and then I'll SSH over to node 1. And I will use that temporary password that I copied from the beginning. And then I'll do a pass WD again to change my password. And now that my password has been updated, I'll clear the screen and clone the repo again. And I'll change directory into CKA/00 prerequisites, and then install Kates again. Okay, so now that Containerd, Kubeadm, kubectl, and kubelet are installed on my second node, node 1, I will go ahead and paste in that kubeadm join command. First, I'll type sudo to make sure I have permissions to run this, and then I'll paste in that kubeadm join command. Okay, now I can exit out of here and go back to my node 0. And then clear the screen, and I can do kubectl get nodes. And there's our nodes. Looks like 1 is not ready. So we'll keep running that command. And there we go, they're ready. And as you can see, version 1.22.2, that's the intended version. 1 is the control plane, and then 1 is the worker node. And now we can perform our normal kubectl commands like kubectl run nginx with the image nginx, and we can see if I get pods, or PO for short, I'll see that container up and running, and then I can do maybe kubectl create deploy nginx and use the image nginx and expose port 8080. And now I can do kubectl get deploy and kubectl get pods to see the pods running in the deployment, and there's 1. So that's how you get a Kubeadm Kubernetes cluster up and running on Civo using 2 instances. And if you've never heard of Civo, go ahead over to civo.com and sign up. You can get $250 worth of free credit, and that's in US dollars. And then you can follow along with this video. They also allow you to create managed Kubernetes clusters, which are using K3s. So if you want to get an idea of what that looks like, go ahead and try that as well. I believe that would be the fastest way to get a Kubernetes cluster up and running. That's it for today, and we'll see you next time.